What do you hear when you hear someone say they're going to help you run your business and get you systems, get you profits, cut costs? What do you hear? Do you feel like, yes, that's my person and they're going to save me? Because as a business owner of 25 years, you know what I hear? Hands in my cookie jar. I am like, get your hands out of my cookie jar. Because when you're hiring all these people, you're giving away a lot of profits and they're making you feel like you have to be dependent on them. And your system should be from you knowing your business inside and out and creating the easiest, simple process. And I get it. I see so many people who want to start businesses and they do two things. They run to grab all their friends as partners. That's a whole other video. And then the second thing they do is think they need to hire other people out. That person on the internet has the answers, that person down the street, that mentor, that this. But in fact, getting in and getting your hands on everything in your business and learning it and then making it work for you is the best way to get very effective systems. Now let's just talk about how simple business is. Business is money in, money out. You want more money coming in than you want money coming out. And if anyone makes it more complicated than that, I would kick them out of your cookie jar. So I'm gonna show you my system and show you how simple it is. But first, you need to see my money in. This is every transaction my business did in a year. But let me show you how it's distilled down to one sheet that we balance to. All of these transactions go into this one sheet. And so you take all these complicated transactions and you simplify it. Now this is the money coming in. The money going out, I don't have a visual for. But I'm hopeful and always shoot that if I did have a visual, this would be the money going out. This is the money coming in, and then QuickBooks will be the money going out. And that's why I wanted to show you that it's so simple. Money in, money out. And people want to make it very complicated. To the untrained eye, this feels overwhelming and complicated. This is how you feel as a new business owner. But if you know every transaction and how to do it, you know how to make it better. You see, I used to put these input numbers in by hand for 20 years. And 5 years ago, my eyesight started to go and I wasn't balancing as quick. And the tasks that normally would take me 10 minutes started taking me 25. So I went to my computer company, the one that keeps track of all of this, and said, can you design me a report that I can upload to my QuickBooks file? And they said, sure, it's gonna cost you $1,500. And I thought, oof, no, I don't wanna spend $1,500. And then it was December. And I thought, I'm gonna give myself a Christmas gift. So I've got this file and it has been life-changing. Something that used to take me 15 minutes of my day takes me 30 seconds. And that's what you wanna do as a business owner. You want to know your system and your numbers and your processes so well that then you can make a choice on how to make it faster. You can value the cost versus your time. And when I hear all these people overcomplicate it to make you feel like you have to depend on them, I get my guard up. I have this spidey sense of when someone's coming from my cookie jar and they want a piece of my business. Once you start to be successful, everybody just wants just a little bit. But being in business for 90 years, when I take on an expense, I don't times it by the monthly costs, the yearly costs. I times it by how many years my company has been in business. And that 200 fee a month, when you times it by 12 and then times it by 90, is a huge number. And so I don't allow people to get into my cookie jar. And if I was a business owner starting out, the money I would spend would be on a really good relationship with my accountant, a bookkeeper, someone that could teach you your numbers so you know them inside and out. Because numbers tell your story. On Shark Tank, they only want the business owners that can tell you the numbers because every business owner knows all the work gets distilled down into the numbers and then they tell your story. And your story needs to simply be more money in than more money out. Any new business owner, if you look at those people on the internet and you feel like they know more than you, no one should ever know your business more than you. You're just at an acclimation phase. You can figure it out. And it is very essential and important that you do. When I was a business owner and you brought up an Excel spreadsheet, it would be like my brain wanted to jump out of my head. And I would be like, I'm terrible in math. And I told all myself these stories. And then after a few years, what I realized is that my adult math never changes. These numbers, they don't change day after day, month after month, year after year. They're the same numbers. And I know them inside and out, which means I know my business inside and out. And let me be the one person on the internet that's telling you to know your business inside and out is extremely important, and that is how you're going to get the best systems. And I'm gonna leave you with one last analogy. Being a new business owner is like becoming a new parent. You're handed this huge responsibility, and it is all on you. And you are unsure, and you can't find your voice. But as the years pass, your confidence grows, your ability to make decisions grows, the voices outside start to get quieter. And then after a while, you become the parent that you want to be. And it's the same goes for business owners. When you first start, you feel so out of control, overwhelmed, and you feel solely responsible because you are. There are people that could take care and babysit your kid, but at 2 a.m. with a fever, that baby is all yours. And trust me, there are days where this business feels like it is 2 a.m. and it's all on me. And what has served me so well is getting very comfortable with tasks that my brain doesn't really want to do, that I didn't think that I could, that I pushed through that hard and got to the knowledge, and then that knowledge allowed me to create a good system. So the great system is not on the internet. It's not some person in a Zoom call. And so your next best system is inside of you. And you don't have to pay anyone. There's no hands in your cookie jar. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.